welcome Wisconsin's Governor Tony Evers.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is an honor to be here today to sign a really important piece of legislation in the law, Bradyn's Law. First and foremost, I want to welcome and thank members of Bradyn's family, friends, teachers, and everybody from the DC Everett's community for being here today. I know Bradyn meant the world to the folks in this room, and it is an honor to share his memory with all of you. And of course, I want to thank all the local leaders and lawmakers here today, including the folks that you will hear from, Representative Snyder, Jacobson, and Senator James. What happened to Bradyn was a tragedy that no family or community should ever experience, but thanks to the commitment and motivation of the folks here today, this tragedy was met with swift action. Folks, I've been a Wisconsin educator for most of my career, and together with my wife, Kathy, we've also raised 3 kids and are now the proud grandparents to 9 amazing grandkids. I'm no stranger to what it means to be a kid growing up here in Wisconsin. But I'll tell you, kids these days are up against a whole host of challenges that many of us, parents and grandparents, could never have dreamed of. Social media, AI, you name it, these are things that touch our lives each and every day. But more and more, these systems are being used against those most vulnerable in our communities, especially our kids. Extortion, like what Bradyn was subjected to, is one of the fastest growing cyber crimes targeting kids in our country today, with reporting from the FBI telling us these cases number in the thousands. What's worse, these crimes have also senselessly taken the lives of dozens of kids in recent years who felt like there was no way out. No kid or person should ever be put in this position, never. And to Bradyn's Law and to the incredible leadership shown by the folks here today, we're doing something about it. Bradyn's Law will ensure that the perpetrators who are responsible for these heinous schemes are held accountable. By making these changes, we're ensuring a stronger deterrent for these crimes, creating real consequences, and making sure Wisconsin remains a safe place for kids and their families. So thank you. And now, before I'd like to say in this bill, I'm going to turn it back to the principal. Thank you.
There are a number of people that immediately took the call when family wanted to go to action, and they jumped in right away. So I'm going to turn it over to Luke and Brittany Bradyn.
Hi, everyone. First, I just want to thank you all for being here today, and thank you all for being a part of this journey. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without the support that we've gotten from our community and our family and friends. I was recently asked, what does the signing of Bradyn's Law mean to me? To me, it means hope. The hope that this is only the beginning of Bradyn's story, not the end. Hope that through him and the passing of this law, we will reach every parent in this state and further. I have hope that we will take back control from these criminals and our children will no longer be pawns in their sick games. The passing of Bradyn's Law to me is perseverance and proof that we will fight for our children until the day that we join them again. Together, we will continue to be the voice for Evan, Riley, Bradyn, Carter, Daniel, Ryan, Jordan, Rohan, Gavin, Denal, William, James, Walker, Waylon, David, Landon, Robin, Timothy, Dayani, Harry, Carson, Owen, Mac, Murray, Evan, Levi, Eli, Caleb, Bryce, and Bradyn, and countless other victims of this crime. Through our tragedy, we have found some of the strongest and most resilient parents anyone could imagine. We've gained an entire community support. We've all come together to recognize what is most important, the safety of our children. It is my hope that this is a stepping stone to even bigger change, not only for us, but across the nation. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank everyone who's had a hand in making this happen. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today in love and support. I am hopeful that together we will continue to make changes to protect our youth, our most important thing.
Good afternoon. Again, thank you all for being here. Just wanted to say a few things. Bradyn's law sends a clear and unified message. Wisconsin will impose harsh penalties on individuals who exploit children online. This legislation represents a critical milestone in safeguarding our youth from online predators. We'd like to extend our gratitude to Governor Evers for his support in making this law a reality. Thank you. We also thank all of the representatives, senators, and their dedicated staff for their transparency and collaboration throughout this process. I didn't see him here, but Sam Hope, I'd like to personally thank you. I know I drove him nuts with a lot of calls, emails, and texts, but he was wonderful. So, I'd like to also recognize in this John DeMay, who is also not here today, but we speak with quite frequently. John lost his son Jordan, and he was a victim of extortion as well about 3 years ago. He's been a wealth of knowledge and gave us guidance, but more importantly, he's been a friend and is always there for us. I also want to thank Jackie and her team with the DOJ. She's heard a lot from us also, and has just been, we just can't thank her enough for her support and her teams. Our family is greatly appreciative of the unwavering love and encouragement from our friends, all of Bradyn's friends, our community, and the DC Upper School District. Their support has sustained us as we've worked tirelessly for change while navigating grief and adjusting to our new reality. Bradyn's Law is just the beginning of a long journey. In honor of our son Bradyn, we remain committed to educating families and protecting children from online predators. Together, we will continue to advocate for stronger safeguards and awareness to ensure every child's safety in the digital age. Thanks again for everyone being here today.
And Bradyn was a great kid. Unfortunately, he passed away under a horrible situation, and parents and others within his family worked really hard with legislators to get a great bill done in a relatively short period of time for Wisconsin. That's a really good thing. And it's an honor for me to be here today. It's obviously a day of thankfulness that we got a good bill passed, but it's also a day of sorrow to reflect again on Bradyn's demise. Our kids should not be in a position that Bradyn entered into, or he was trusting somebody online that was not trying to be trustworthy with him. And so it's a good bill. It's an important bill. It's an opportunity for the family who have worked really, really hard with a bunch of legislators who had done a great job to get it done as quickly as possible. And happy to be here, but it is not a happy day. It's a day for remembering Bradyn and his unfortunate demise, but at the end of the day, we now have a bill so that hopefully there will be no further Bradyns in the state of Wisconsin.
9 months start to finish. Is this maybe one of the most bipartisan, straightforward bills you were able to get through? I think it was 9 months.
Yeah, it seems about 9 months, and yes, we've had other bills that are bipartisan, but this one has obviously special meaning to it. But yes, when people get together and do the right thing, the legislature I'm referencing to, things can get done pretty quickly. Is that it?
And I guess just how important was it to kind of put everything else aside
Yeah.
when this bill is getting discussed between
Well,
you and everybody else?
Yeah, I think it's obviously important because of the circumstances and the dire circumstances that could happen to other kids across the state of Wisconsin. But the legislature was doing other things at the same time, so it was like a twofer. They're dealing with the regular stuff, but then what this law, Bradyn's law, really meant. And we got it done in a good way. And actually, our last budget was bipartisan in nature, and so we feel pretty good about doing that going forward.
Last question here.
Governor, is there anything you want to say to families and parents who are worried about sextortion scams?
Yeah, absolutely. It is important to know what your kid's doing. I have 9 grandkids, and obviously I'm not in a position to be knowing what my 9 grandkids are. But it is important to understand, issues around, kids' issues around, media and the internet. It's a big area. And it's a big area for kids, and it's even bigger area for parents because they need to know what's going on, and frankly, they need to be sure that their kids are safe. This family is a great family. They came together and made sure that Bradyn's demise will save lives going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Take care.
Yep, you too.
Yes, I don't want to